Tina was kind, gentle, and full of dreams, but no one ever noticed her heart. They only saw her scars. Her younger sister, Raina, was adored by everyone. Wherever she went, people praised her beauty. Even their parents glowed with pride. But when Tina walked beside them, she felt invisible, like a shadow. How can she be her sister? Raina is like an angel, but Tina... At school, it was no different. Students laughed and mocked her, making her feel small and unworthy.
She doesn't even look like her sister.
Day after day, Tina carried the weight of their cruel words.
True beauty isn't on the outside, Tina. It lives in the heart. You have a gift, your art. One day the world will see it.
With Jodie's words, a small spark of hope began to grow inside Tina.
Stars are invisible in the day, but at night, they shine the brightest. I will shine too.
From that moment, Tina stopped listening to the bullies. She poured her soul into her drawings, shaping her own path in silence. Years passed, and the day of the school reunion finally came. The hall was filled with laughter, old friends greeting each other, and stories of families, jobs, and life. Some were married, some had children, and all were excited to see who had become the most successful among them. Raina arrived too. She was still beautiful, but unlike the past, the room didn't stop for her. People only smiled politely. She felt a strange emptiness. Then a teacher stood up and announced,
"Today we have a very special guest, a former student of this school, and a famous artist who has won this year's top award."
The students whispered among themselves, curious and excited. Some laughed cruelly and said,
Maybe it's Tina. She always drew pictures. She never achieved anything. She wouldn't even dare come here.
Yes, you are correct.
Moments later, the doors opened. A hush fell over the room. All eyes turned, waiting to see the important guest, and to everyone's shock, it was Tina, the girl they had once mocked, now walking in with confidence, her head held high, her presence shining brighter than ever. Gasps spread across the hall, mouths dropped open. No one had expected it. The very Tina they had once bullied was now a celebrated artist, admired by the world. Her best friend Jodie stood proudly by her side, her eyes full of tears, knowing this was the moment they had both dreamed of. Tina walked onto the stage, and the entire hall rose to their feet, applauding. For the first time, they saw her not for her appearance, but for her strength, her talent, and her unshakable spirit. Now stood before them as a star.
True beauty is not in appearance. It is in kindness, in talent, and in courage. Even in the darkest night, a star will shine.
And among the crowd sat Tina's parents, invited as honored guests. They stared in silence, their hearts heavy. For years they had praised Raina's beauty while ignoring Tina's heart. But now, as the applause thundered through the hall, they finally saw what they had missed. Their daughter had become extraordinary, not because of her looks, but because of her strength, her talent, and her unshakable spirit. Her mother's eyes filled with tears, and her father bowed his head in shame. They realized their mistake at last. Tina had always been their brightest child. They had simply failed to see her light. That night, Tina shone like a star that had always been there, waiting for the right moment to light up the sky. That night, Tina's presence filled the hall with pride. The students, the teachers, and even her parents finally understood. True beauty is not in appearance, but in courage and perseverance. And Tina, the girl once hidden in the shadows, now shone like a star for the whole world to see. Tina's light had broken through the shadows. She proved to the world that true brilliance comes from within, and even in darkness, stars shine the brightest. Believe in your light.